Another day, another Chicago Bulls rumor is now the Athletic is reporting that DeMar DeRozan's preferred destinations are known. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. We got an update. This one's coming from Aamick from The Athletic, and he's reporting that the Miami Heat and New York Knicks are known to be preferred destinations by DeMar DeRozan if he does end up getting moved. Now, what is that? Does that make sense for when it comes down to DeMar DeRozan? You look at those two teams, and I see clear needs for DeMar DeRozan on those two teams. When you look at the Miami Heat situation, yeah, he doesn't play defense, but with the Miami Heat culture, having Jimmy Butler there that can maybe help out on the wing as far as guarding some things with him and just being able to come in and kind of be himself kind of makes sense there. I think also you look at Eric Spoelstra, one of the best coaches in the NBA right now. It makes a lot of sense if he is traded that would be on one of the list of preferred destinations. We also know that the Miami Heat were trying to add talent. Now, I don't think they're going to be giving up a Tyler Hero or anything like that in the case of a DeMar DeRozan type move. But, I mean, it makes sense that would be, at least, and keep in mind with that as well, we always want to keep in mind that this is the list of preferred destinations by the player. Does not necessarily mean that the Miami Heat have reported any interest in DeMar DeRozan, and it could just come down to, if DeMar is moved, that the Bulls make that call, like, hey, DeMar's interested to go to you guys. We know it's the expiring contract. What you got, right? And it may end up being that they can match salaries. They have the salaries that they can match it. I don't know if they're going to be willing to give up like a Duncan Robinson or anything like that when it comes down to it, but the Miami could match the salaries. And again, I don't think you're going to be looking for big-time draft capital or in that case or any stretch of the imagination when it comes to a DeMar DeRozan trade. But listen, it does point to the direction that at least DeMar DeRozan does realize that there is a possibility that he was traded. Last thing that we heard in regards to DeMar DeRozan was that he wanted to wait and see what the Chicago Bulls roster looked like and how the season went before he was, he requested a trade or anything like that. Before the Chicago Bulls part of it, not just because of how the Bulls played yesterday, right? We don't want to just make it just about how the Bulls played yesterday, but even outside of that, if the Bulls do look to empower young people, get these young players more touches, things like that, DeMar could be a player that's on the move. Now, when it comes to the New York Knicks, again, New York is one of the biggest markets in the NBA. It's a team that could definitely use DeMar DeRozan, I think, as well. When you look at where they're standing where they are in the standings right now, not anything too terrible in regards to that. They're right now 5th in the East at 11-7, and we know the Knicks are always looking to add talent to the team as well. It comes down to, again, what would they be willing to give up to match the salary of DeMar DeRozan? Would they be willing to move on from a Mitchell Robinson? Don't necessarily see that. Dante DiVincenzo, who was a big signing for them, hasn't necessarily been playing amazingly or anything like that. But, those are some of the players that are in that range. It may end up being something like an Evan Fournier deal, but, again, Fournier, I think, has been playing pretty solidly as well. So it comes down to, again, are the teams that DeMar DeRozan is preferred to go to, that he prefers to go to, are those same teams going to be interested in DeMar DeRozan, right? So that's something you have to look out for as well, like in considering all this. Fournier's deal is one that can definitely be matched, can use to be matched. He's only played in one game so far for the one game so far this season. Why do I think Evan Fournier's been playing better for them? One game played. So again, you could look to do that. Maybe a couple of seconds, maybe a heavily protected first-round pick that's like protected to the top 20 or something like that. But when it comes down to it, it just goes to show that, where there's smoke, there may be some fire. I'm not saying take these rumors or anything like that to say that these are any type of thing that is for certain that DeMar DeRozan just saying, hey, I want out of here. I want these to go to one of these two teams. It's not necessarily true, but all players in the back of their mind have an idea of who they would like to play for and who they would like to play with. And considering right now the New York Knicks need a little bit of help in some areas, right? So, when it comes down to it, would they be willing to move them? They could be, to make a move for DeMar DeRozan, things like that. It really kind of all depends. We already know when it comes to the Chicago Bulls, it's already been said. They want to wait to see what the roster looks like after the Zach LaVine trade, with the pieces they get back before they make those decisions. But with Zach LaVine being out, now a week or not more, which is going to amount to him missing about 3 games, they're going to have an extended look at some of these players, and that could help kind of point them in the direction that they want to go and help them kind of be quicker on and make those decisions about other pieces of the roster as well. But listen, rumor right now, you know we're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, so I got to bring you the rumors as they come in. Let me know what you guys think down below and everything on, the Miami Heat, the New York Knicks, what you would be interested from the New York Knicks. Keep in mind, if DeMar is moved, considering he's an expiring contract and teams know that the Bulls are trying to do something, you're not going to get a crazy package back for DeMar DeRozan. I know some people are going to say, well, send him to the Lakers. Get whoever back, get D'Lo back and things like that. Those type of deals probably aren't coming. But let me know what you guys think on these two rumored preferred destinations by DeMar DeRozan. Let me know all that down below. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to hit the voicemail and leave your thoughts and opinions, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.